All right, we're joined now by Masterpiece, someone who had a very, very close bond with Nipsey. Thanks for taking the time before you head into the service, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, there's a lot of emotions today as we honor his life and legacy. How are you feeling?
Nah, this was a real soldier, somebody that light is going to spread on the world forever. He touched so many people, come from hip-hop. I mean, he should have got this while he was alive with all the work that he's done. But, you know, this love and this peace that's being spread after his life is incredible, because he's our angel now. Right. You know, from the streets, he's a guy that put it all, risked it all. And, I mean, the world is going to know Nipsey Hussle from ever. Every kid that get into the hip-hop business that want to go back and help their community, you know, this guy was about giving back. I taught him a lot of the independence and, you know, chasing your dreams. There was a guy that just got it right off the top, and he wasn't afraid to say, you know, P, how I do this, how I do that. So I know he's smiling down on us right now, and his legacy, I mean, it's big. I mean, he's in the Staples Center, coming from the streets. I mean, amongst Michael Jackson to the people. So when you go out, you want to go out like this,
right?
You know, in so many communities across the world supporting this, and these kids are gonna know, you know, his life, the good and the bad, the do's and the don'ts, and he's gonna save so many other lives. We lost one to save millions. That's what I feel like today is about.
Nipsey, countless times, P, had referred to you as being the blueprint of how to do what he did. Take music and expand upon that and use it for good and to become an entrepreneur. You guys were working on so many projects together. You had a very intimate relationship as far as family and being working together. Elaborate on that for us, because we just gotta before he died, we just gotta peek into that, and we're so fascinated by yours and his relationship.
Yeah, well, you know what, me and him, you know, even though I live where I live now, in his community, this is where we made a lot of the music at. So I always come back to the community because of him. And his spirit was so strong, man, to like, I have to be here doing this. Like, he wanted to be here.
A connection.
He had a connection, and he just was a giving person, a loving person, to say that, you know what, we got to show the world what the ghetto is about and how we can put business back in there. And we did it in the music. We was working on a record. It's called Street Millionaires, and it'll be on I Got the Hook Up to the movie soundtrack. So it's just crazy, man. It's still, you know, you like, is this really happening? But
it's surreal.
It's surreal, but the love, I mean, and see how strong, even from his mother to his family, you know, people know that this man ain't die in vain. Like, the world is gonna know Nipsey Hussle forever.
We're realizing his impact more and more since he died. Well, and you know,
we know what's crazy, because his music done went up 2,000%. I mean, they're playing them on every radio now. A lot of these songs we've been made, and this is what he wanted to see. I'm just so happy that the world has recognized him.
Yeah,
you know, because this is a good brother.
Talk to me about that project you guys last worked on. It sounds like we're actually going to be able to hear it eventually. Yeah. What did it mean to work with Nipsey, someone who idolized you?
You know what? I get in the booth with Nipsey. We made so many records, because when something come to our head, it just, you know, we work with 1,500, and we like, you know what? Turn on the mic. And me and Nipsey just made the magic happen. And I mean, he's a talented person, and he critiqued everything that he did to where it's like, I got to do it this way, I got to do it that way. I was talking to G, the producer, the engineer that normally engineer all his music, and he said, man, Nipsey had a real plan. He had stuff wrote on the board every day what he was going to do to get to his goals and his dreams. So this was a guy, the vision board. This guy was organized. And then when we got in the studio, that's how it happened. I mean, we didn't really write. Like, it just came to us. Like, all these songs that you hear that we created, it just came to us. And so, you know, being in that environment, living that, the thing that I was able to do, escape that and get away from it. And, you know, for him, it's like, man, he had to be there.
Right. You had mentioned about family. We heard yesterday that there was a very private moment that family had. Can you let us in on what transpired, or any details?
You know what? It was a beautiful service, and it was a lot of love, a lot of family, friends that was close to the family, and man, this brother seemed at peace. You know, it seemed like God really had something, a glow over this guy. So, you know, people are not mourning like that. People are like, you know what? It's time for a new beginning.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we watch the gangs come together behind this guy. It's crazy.
It is.
For peace.
Right.
You know, Bloods, Crips coming together and walking up Crenshaw, that we never expected to see nothing like that. So that's how much love this man is loved around the world and in his own community.
Yeah, we were talking about how the LAPD said that they were working with Nipsey to find a way to work together to combat gang violence. I mean, you have that, his social contributions to the community, and of course his music. How do you hope we'll remember Nipsey, and how should we keep his legacy alive?
You know what? Forget about the past and remember Nipsey as the guy that changed his life, the guy that wanted more for everybody, and the guy that gave up his life for us to have a better life. So, you know, man, I can't do nothing but
celebrate him.
Celebrate him, man. We got to celebrate. This man is
He needs his own second line, right?
Yes, you know, because in New Orleans we do second lines, and it's like, man, and the guy that wasn't afraid to celebrate other people while they here.
Absolutely.
Because, you know,
you're among them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that if I call on the phone, he there. I mean, we did that song 2 days before he passed. Like, look, man, let's do this record for the movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
He like, all right, boss, what we need to do?
Yeah.
You know, I got the hook up too. Let's get it done. And we just did it. We knocked it out. So yeah, this is a real soldier that the world is gonna miss, but the world is gonna feel the joy forever.
Master P, thank you so much, first of all, for speaking with us. Secondly, for your contributions to hip-hop and what you've done for music and the community of New Orleans as well, and all across music, man. We're so honored to have you here and for you to share those loving words of a Nipsey.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes.